This woman, she calls into a radio show seeking the truth about why her Bumble date that she thought went well hasn't called her. And of course, she cannot handle the truth here and instantly resorts to sign language. Let's get into it.
Yes.
Okay, let's call Mike. You guys met on a dating app, and you went out. You had a great date, had some drinks. Drinks turned into dinner. That turned into more drinks. That turned into going back to his place. And you were happy with all of it, except you have not heard from this guy, and he hasn't responded to you since the date, and you want to know why.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Let's call him now. Good luck, Jenny.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is this Mike?
Yeah, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike, good morning. My name is Fred. I'm calling from the Fred Show. The whole crew is here, and I do have to tell you that we are on the radio right now, and I do need your permission to continue with the call. Can we chat for just a second on the show?
Ooh, this doesn't sound good.
Well...
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll see. We'll see how you feel about it. But thank you. We're calling on behalf of a woman who says she met you on one of the dating apps. I think it was Bumble. Her name is Jenny, and you guys went out. Do you remember Jenny?
Of course, it's Jenny.
Yeah, I remember Jenny.
You remember Jenny. Okay. So what's going on with her? Because she called us and had a lot of nice things to say about you and the date, thought everything went well. She thought it was a success. And says that she's reached out to you. You haven't responded. She hasn't heard from you. She feels like she's being ghosted. So what's going on?
It's all right. Well, Jenny was very cool. We had a really nice time on the date itself. I don't know how much she told you. I don't want to embarrass her.
No, she said that you guys had drinks, and then drinks turned into dinner, and then you wound up back at your place, and she said that she stayed the night. That's what she said.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want to say anything if she didn't. But yeah, that's so. Obviously, the date went well, and we got back to my place. We had a really nice night. But when we were naked, I noticed she had a tattoo on her abdomen.
Okay.
Say that. It was some words and what looked like an arrow, but like in the dark, it was kind of, at night I couldn't really make it out. It was, I couldn't really see it clearly. In the morning, it was real clear. It said,
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Words and an arrow. Okay, so you couldn't
Words
see
and
it
an
at
arrow.
night.
It said,
yeah, but you could see it in the morning.
in the morning, it was very clear. It said, Adam's cat with an arrow pointed down to her. Yeah.
Yo.
I don't know what
Who's that?
possibly could possess someone to do a tattoo. But I don't know who Adam is, but whoever he is, I'm not into it. So not trying to share his
Okay,
cat.
I've got to say,
That's yes, Jenny. You
Here
got to
it
say
comes.
something. That's Jenny, by the way, Mike. I forgot to mention. I'm very forgetful. I'm sorry. Jenny is here.
Great.
Jenny, Mike. You guys know each other. Who's Adam? And why is there a tattoo?
okay, so Adam is my ex-husband, and, a long time ago, we thought it was funny, and I never thought I was going to divorce him.
Clearly.
And it's covered in swimsuits, right? So, who cares? What I'm confused about is, why Mike is so insecure and, juvenile about
There
this.
it is.
And, clearly a prude.
Oh.
I mean, okay.
I mean, I don't think I was being a prude. I just, listen, I don't know.
Right.
You could come up with a better story for it, too. You could just say, listen, I was really religious when I was younger, or
Wait.
change your name to Eve. I don't know.
Now what? Why you didn't brought the Lord in this?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't.
There's a few layers here. One, you're permanently branded by with another man's name, who's no longer in the picture. Two, is sort of the whole process and the thought behind it, and the fact that you think it's funny. Now, you might think that's funny. He doesn't seem to think that's funny. Anyone not named Adam is probably not going to think that's funny.
Well, I thought it was funny once upon a time, right? But now it's just whatever. It's part of my past. People, get tattoos that unfortunately don't have meaning later in their life. Everyone does this. I just don't get why that's enough that you would ghost me.
Does your ex-husband have a tattoo that says Jenny's back and an arrow? The bat. He's just trying I want a hammer. That's probably why she left him. Not a bat.
I mean, it's a fair question. Was there a reciprocal tattoo of any kind, or is it just Adam's cat?
This is
So there it is. You gotta love that she instantly goes to the name calling him a prude, and then telling him he's insecure. And it's remember what I say. You are to expect nothing from women and tolerate everything, and that is the expectation of males in relationships and dating from women. I genuinely am surprised that a woman like this, Ginny here, is able to make it this far in life with this type of mindset, when her knee-jerk reaction takes zero accountability and put the blame on everybody else. Oh, you won't accept me because of this. That's a you problem. It's not a me problem. Just instantly blaming other people for her own shortcomings. And she obviously expects men to just be okay with this, and like she can't wrap her mind around why it is that a guy doesn't want to be with a woman who has a tattoo that outright states, this part of my body, oh, that belongs to another man. And it's like, as if we as men are not like redlining enough, having to cope with the fact that women are more promiscuous than they've ever been. This guy here would have to be reminded every time he has sex with her of her past man, basically. And then not to mention, right, like a woman having another man's name tatted on her. That's obviously an alpha widow. Physically, mentally, Adam owns that woman. I'm not the one. I'm not the one who tatted this guy's name on her. She chose to do that, and so by doing so, she is allowing Adam to claim that woman physically and mentally. And looking at the way she's reacting to this confrontation just kind of validates this guy's decision even more. Because it's like the initial red flag of that tattoo. Yes, it was a sign for him, and that told him to run. But now we're actually seeing the manifestation of that red flag in her behavior. So, and this guy, Mike, his first instinct was to not tell her and just ghost her. And honestly, it seems like that was the right call, because him telling her, like the actual reason why he doesn't want to continue seeing her, him actually telling her the truth, what that just did to him was that just exposed him to unnecessary belittling and name calling that nobody wants to be subjected to, for simply having standards and expectations. So why would men want to actually tell a woman the truth when he knows he's just going to get the finger pointed at him and get called, insecure or a prude? And of course, right, that's the go-to word, insecure. Sorry, I don't like your tattoo that has another man's name on it. Oh, you're insecure. You're insecure because you don't like my decisions. Anyways, Mike here was being super respectful, right? You can tell in this interaction, he was being really respectful. And then Jenny here just responded with, just sheer emotion. And he even tried to give her a solution to her problem. Like that's what men do. This guy, he tried to give her a solution. He's like, look, all right, things aren't going to work out between you and I, but here's what you can do in the future. Come up with a better story, at least. Come up with something clever to get a man to actually believe you and overlook this tattoo. But, that she didn't like that. But he was respectful enough to give her a solution, wasn't he? And I gotta think that Jenny's girlfriends here, I gotta think they are gonna be feeding her some bullshit about this Mike guy and how insecure he really is. And if he can't overlook her past, he's not the one. He's not the one for you. He's just an insecure little boy. And honestly, this isn't even an issue with her past. It's an issue with the present, considering the tattoo is currently and presently on her body. So Mike isn't insecure. Mike is just territorial, just like every other man walking the planet. Mike is a red-blooded male with instincts that are intact. And shaming responses from women and name-calling, it's not going to make those instincts disappear in any man, ever. Because this is just how we are. We are territorial, and we have certain instincts for certain reasons. And calling us insecure, it's just a woman tactic. It's a woman tactic to help her cope with her bad decisions. And this is how it is. Also, I don't know if you caught it, but she said she divorced him. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. So, I mean, at one point, she was so certain that he was the one for her and they were going to be together forever that she got his name tattooed on her. And then one day, all that changed. All that changed. So it's like flip of the switch. Oh, I love you. You are the man for me forever. Sorry. We're over, and I want a second chance at being a 304. So let me hop on Bumble, and let me get passed around by a bunch of dudes without commitment, without getting commitment from any of them. Let me just rack up my body count at my ripe age, get passed around, and then eventually regret my decision of divorcing you. Many such cases, aren't there, my friends? Jenny, you, Jenny, need to go do some healing. Go do some healing. Go talk with your therapist. Go do some inner work. That's what you need to go do. Because you are DG. You are damaged in many, many different ways. Anyways, I'm going to stop there. Look, bravo to Mike for having standards and not being a simp. It's refreshing, isn't it? All right. Bye-bye.